I am Joseph Bro, and this is my short documentary on racism and social action in South Wales. In my documentary, I've interviewed a few friends of mine that have experienced racism before, with the intention of getting a deeper understanding of what racism is, the effects of it, and how we can stop it and prevent it in the future. So can you tell me a little bit about yourself, please?
My name is Maddie Asbat. I was born in Swansea, but both my parents are from Morocco, in Tetuan.
Do you believe that your Moroccan heritage has an effect on how you're treated and perceived in South Wales?
Yeah, 100%.
Can you tell me some experiences you had?
I've had a lot of negative and positive experiences. For example, I do notice that I get treated a bit differently than the average person in Swansea, like born and bred from Swansea. You know.
So can you tell me a little bit about yourself, please?
My name's Abby Ibrahim.
Yeah.
I live in Wales now, but I was born here. Moved to Trinidad when I was 6 weeks to be with my dad. He was with my parents from there. And then when I was about 3 or 4, I moved back up here for education and safety.
Can you tell me your general experience of racism in South Wales?
It's a bit different to what you'd see in America.
Yeah.
Definitely. But for us over here, it's more like microaggressions.
Yeah, I agree.
So like, you don't have to be inherently, to be called a racist doesn't mean that you have to go out into the streets screaming slurs at people.
Yeah.
It's like the little things, like talking about, well, the big thing was for me was when I was in school.
Yeah.
Because obviously a lot of ethnic households, like the Tupperware they have, was stained from the use of seasonings and coriander and stuff, and just in general like that. And like things about oiling my hair as well. So it's like just be going to school and seeing kids be like, oh, your hair's like, your Tupperware's so dirty, like, your hair's not clean and stuff like that. Like obviously when you're young you don't realise what it's like.
You're like isolated from people sometimes?
So in some occasions I do, but I don't really try let it get to me, and I try just less ignore it, but more just like act like it's not there, and then that normally doesn't really affect me in that way.
Where do you feel like racism stems from in our community?
Racism in our community stem back years and years. Probably starting, I'm not even sure.
How does that make you feel? Does it make you feel like singled out? Different to the other children,
Definitely.
Okay.
Because when I went to school in Wales, because in Trinidad I was too white, but in Wales I was too black. And I grew up in Bishopston, predominantly white area. Like right now, my family's the only black family, or POC family in my entire neighbourhood. And going to school in Bishopston from when I was young, because I've been in Bishopston since like nursery. It was only white kids, except for one of us, Josh Echo, who was the other black kid, he was mixed as well. And we could relate on this because it would be like school photos where we would be picked last to join, or we would get the photo back and we see we would darken quite a lot. And I remember one instance, there was a girl. I was about year 1, year 2.
So young,
like you don't understand what it means. And I was just playing around with my friends. And the girl came up to me and she was just like, oh, you and Josh are going to marry each other. And I was like, why? Why does that make sense? She's like, oh, because you guys look similar.
So they were obviously pointing you out because you were different than them.
When I was 8, I think, when I had swimming lessons. So parents made me hate them, but they made me go. And it was like, you know, like you progress through swimming lessons, you're like shallow groups of deep pool. We just progressed. And I had a new class. And I didn't know anyone in the class, but I didn't really care, I was in there for an hour. And this girl that was there, she was a white girl. And she was saying, she's been very rude to me the entire time. And I thought in my head, oh, maybe she just doesn't like me, like, I don't think it's anything else. I think maybe she's like personality, she just But then she said to me, go back to where you came from. And that really confused me. So I was like,
but this is your home, you were born in Swansea,
like I was born here, like this swimming pool is about a 10-minute walk from the hospital that I was born in.
Taking a look about what Abby said, it is obvious that a lot of racism starts when you're young, and especially when you're a child. And I find this bizarre because No one is born racist. Why would a child be racist? Obviously apparent that the child is taught or hears racist comments and doesn't know better, and maybe this child would come into school and say something to someone like Abby or me. I've experienced this before, especially when I was in primary school, comprehensive school.
I'd say in Britain a lot of the racism comes from a lot of people being brought over, especially in the Jamaican, what's it called?
The Windrush generation.
The Windrush generation. They brought a lot of people over, and the population in the country already must have felt some type of way in that over many years can just affect.
Yeah, where do you believe this racism comes from in South Wales?
Honestly, I think it comes a lot from media.
Media, yeah?
Yeah, so obviously right now, especially during lockdown, there was a massive surge in the BLM movement,
of course,
which was fantastic. But I think the main problem with that was, well, the only problem with it was the fact that people were seeing it as a trend.
Yeah, it was a trend, wasn't it?
Yeah, like celebrities posting Black Lives Matter in their bio, changing their profile pictures to it.
Yeah.
They're getting absolutely attacked when people change it back.
Yeah.
Because in their eyes, it's just another trend on top on. So
of course.
they
Yeah. And if you wasn't too hot on that trend, you'd get hate for that. So a lot of it wasn't genuine, was it?
Yeah, exactly. But I think with South Wales, a lot of it comes from media, and a lot of it is from parents.
Parents, yeah.
I think the majority of racism in general is from parents.
I truly believe it's a lot from like a lack of education.
Yeah.
History should be taught more, and
yeah.
people should be more understanding.
Exactly, ignorance especially.
Yeah.
Because I remember being in school wondering, because my dad throughout the years has taught me a lot about Black history.
Yeah.
He hasn't shied away from it. He's told me the hard truths of it.
Yeah.
And I remember being in school in year 9 in history, and we're learning about the triangle slave trade.
Yeah.
But they didn't really go into depth about anything.
They don't do it. When we learn a lot about slavery in the UK, we learn about America.
Yeah.
But we never learn about Britain's involvement in it.
Exactly.
And the UK and all the other European countries were heavily involved, more than America itself.
Exactly.
We don't learn about it.
Exactly.
Like what Maddie and Abby said, and even in my opinion, I feel like education plays a massive role in racism in our community in South Wales. I feel like there's a lot of resentment to people that are not perceived as, let's say, white British in the UK, and there's not enough education to teach people.
I 100% agree.
It's not right, is it?
Yeah, even in historical, like in history lessons, we don't really even delve into any type of African history or anything.
100%. And when they do, it's all negative. It's all about slavery, it's all about this and that.
Yeah.
They never teach about positive African history. Because African history goes back, further back than any history.
Exactly.
What do you feel like is the best way to tackle racism in our community in South Wales?
I think what we need to do is teach kids from young ages.
Yeah.
No matter how brash they may think it is, we need to teach kids the real truth from young ages
100%.
and what actually happens.
Yeah.
It's like, I understand people saying like, oh, but it makes us feel like uncomfortable, it makes the kids feel uncomfortable. So what, I don't care.
It's history though, isn't it? It's history.
It's made me feel uncomfortable. It's made so many people feel uncomfortable to go through this because you haven't educated your children properly.
100%.
You've got to be comfortable feeling uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Like, if you don't know the truth, how's any progress going to happen?
What do you feel like is the best response to racism? How we can like stop it and prevent it?
I feel like the best response to racism is education, to be honest.
Yeah.
In my opinion, I feel like a lot of people that are racist are just unknowledgeable of a lot of situations. Of course, there's a lot of people that can't be taught. Like, I feel like they're brainwashed.
Yeah.
And it's not always their fault. It's just years and years of just
lack of education, and I think a lot of it comes from home.
Yeah.
Because no one's born inherently racist.
Exactly.
People are taught it, aren't they?
Exactly.
Being born in Swansea myself, coming from Welsh and Caribbean roots, I have felt that I've experienced a lot of racism because I differ from the norm. This could be with not feeling like I haven't fitted in, even direct racism with comments people have said to me, indirect racism, stares, assumptions, stereotypes, and it makes you feel different, and it makes you not feel welcome in the community. Even though that I'm born in Swansea, I am Welsh. Taking a look at the interviews and thinking about what the people have said, it really shows that racism is still a problem in Wales, the UK and around the world, and that there's still a lot of effort we need to make to help resolve it and make a better future for everyone.